welcome again to Let's Talk Ed with Professor Chris. So, by the way, most of you have been asking what gets me excited about doing this podcast. Very simple. Been there, done that, and what I want you all to also do is really not going through what I did go through. What did I go through? Yes, I did survive college. I don't want you to do that. I want you to experience college. So the question that I was trying to avoid, which I got this week, was how did you survive college? And I said, well, I really didn't survive college. I experienced college, and that is a big lie. Yes, I did survive college, which is why I'm doing this show here. So how did I survive college? I also want to make one point very quick, short. It's like these segments are going to be short. If there's anything that I touch on that you want me to give you more details, please let me know and I'll get into it. So the way I'm going to do this here is to tell you very briefly how I survived college. And then of course, I like my little pointers, 5 points on how not to survive college. So let's get to my story. How did I survive college? And its reason, number one, is my college started 6,000 miles away from home. Pause. 6,000 miles away from home. That means mom, dad, as much as you all think you want to be away from mom and dad, try 6,000 miles, right? And not having that home cooked meal, and then you're like, oh, okay, I wish they were here. So anyway, yes, that's how mine started. It was 6,000 miles away. So yes, I have to figure out how to make my new home. And that's actually one of my points I will highlight. How do you make your new home? It's very, very important to get started. Follow that up with the major that I wanted to do. My dream major was always to be an engineer, and that took me 7 years. Again, more details later, but I was able to kind of get 2 degrees out of that. So yes, picking my major, having the right people to talk to would have helped. It did take 7 years, but we'll get to that later. Finances was my other surviving technique, if you want to call it that way. And why do I say finances? I wasn't really spending money or, just throwing money away because I didn't really have it. It would have helped if I had somebody to actually kind of show me how to get the money. And as I did on my previous podcast, students, note, there is a way to make money. There's a way to get money, and then there's a way to spend money, right? I already did this on the podcast. I'm not going to get into too much to it. Maybe when I do my 5 points, I will highlight that. Last but not the least is my academic challenges. And my academic challenges really stem from what do I do today? What do I do tomorrow? The courses that I was taking, the challenges that comes with every courses, and how to deal with professors and all that. So yes, I did go through that. But for me, the big thing really was just balancing what I had to do with all my courses, which I'm sure you're all going through. Okay, so I know I kind of went through my survival thing very quickly, but let's get right into the top 5. My top 5 ways of not really surviving college, but experiencing college. Number 5. Okay, so this is for you now. Lessons learned from me to you. Number 5, be smart and know your resources. What do I mean by that? I mean, there are resources, and now you actually have resources to help you find those resources, and they're all there, right? Resources to find the resources. What do I mean by that? There are people who could tell you where the resources are, but you need to find out who those people are, your advisors, your instructors, right? And also the technology that you all have this current day, trust me, it's much better than I had back then. So make sure you know how to use those. Number 4, money. As I touch on that, you need to know how to make money, and that is just be humble and just take a job, right? You're in college. There's nobody to impress. And talking about impressing, by the way, when I was in college, I don't think I spent money on clothing to impress anybody or the ladies. I really, what you see is what you got, right? I know now it's very difficult for some of you, but trust me, there's no need to spend money in that angle, right? So work at the kitchen, work at the library, everywhere opportunity presents itself for you to work, get it, save the money, pay for your books and your tuition. How do you get money? You'll be surprised. There are all the scholarships out there. Most of you are not taking advantage of that. And last but not least, on money, every institution now has a money management person on campus. So find them and let them help you. Number 3, time management, okay? This is probably one of your biggest challenges. You need to know what you're in college for, to study, 1, what you have to work for, 2, and by all means, every time I say this, students are like, oh, that means I'm not gonna have any time to have fun. No, if you manage your time very well, I'll do a whole show on time management, but for now, learn how to do that, and also there are people to kind of help you with time management as well. Number 2, your major and discipline, okay? Usually it takes you, or it should take you 2 semesters in college to figure out what it is that you want to study, but you just need that communication with somebody to help you. It might not happen in 2 semesters, right? But you'll find it. Just have somebody help you. As I mentioned, it took me 7 years to do what I wanted to do. It shouldn't take you that long, but again, who's counting? It's not a race. So your major, discipline, how to get in the right track, that would be my number 2, probably way of not surviving college. Number 1, your best friends. What do I mean by your best friends? And usually I tell students, your best friend is going to be your instructor. They're like, now, what am I gonna do with my instructor Friday nights when we have to hang out, when we have to go to the football games? Why is an instructor gonna be my best friend? And I'll tell you why. Your instructor, and it should happen during your first semester, it doesn't have to be the instructor within your discipline, it's just the one person you can connect to because they know the college more than any of your friends are going to know. Trust me on this one here. There's got to be that one instructor that you go to no matter what it is, right? They'll be able to kind of point you in the right direction. And if you were like me, 6,000 miles away, if you didn't have anywhere to go during Thanksgiving, that instructor might be probably the one that says, hey, come meet my family, come make a home in my home, okay? Number 0, this wasn't one of the things that I want to talk about because you have control of this, right? And yes, I'll get into it, more details on this. Drugs, alcohol, and sex. What can I say about that? I say stay away, and some of my students are like, Professor Chris, legalize it. And I'm going, I'm not telling you anything. I'm not making it illegal, right? I'm saying these are things that could present problems and troubles to you in the long run, and it's within your control. It's illegal because it might not be good for your body. It's illegal because it might not be good for your mind. And it's illegal because it could be at the wrong place in the wrong time. More details on that. Anyway, like I said, this is going to be quick, short, to the point. My top 5 ways to experience college and not survive college. We'll get into more details on this here, but very quickly to recap. Number 5, be smart, know your resources. Number 4, money, money, money. Know how to make money, know how to get money, and know how to spend it smartly. Number 3, time management. Number 2, your major discipline, get somebody to help you do that. Number 1 is your best friend, and as I suggested, let it be your instructor. And then, if you remember what my number 0 was, I'm not gonna repeat it, right? You got it. Thanks again, keep subscribing, all right? This has been kind of a very good week for subscription. Let's keep it going. Share with your friends. Again, I will talk about anything really to kind of help you experience college and not survive college. So until next week, please send your questions, stay tuned. And once again, thank you for listening to Let's Talk Ed with Professor Chris.